Okay, the next speaker is Miss Jun Liu. Jun Liu is an expert in helping students explore their academic and extracurricular interests and develop customized plans to build an outstanding portfolio for their college applications. She is passionate about providing more educational opportunity for students and believes that with the right planning and guidance, every student can enter their dream school. So, Ms. Jun Liu, please take the floor for your presentation.
Hi, thank you. My name is June, and I think I joined a little bit late, so that's why. I want to know a little bit more about the audience. It's more for the parents or for the students, because I may have several questions to ask. The host?
Yeah.
Is there anyone can answer my questions about this or? Okay, all right. So is it anybody try to, is it everyone can type the answer? For example, you're going to apply college this year, or you're going to apply colleges like, in the future. If it's apply this year, you can type 1. If it's in the future, you can type like 2. So I know like what I can give more insights. So hopefully today I can let you guys get some, understanding about the trend, about the current situation based on the previous cases. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So most of them like next year and this year. So it seems like we have both. All right. So today I want to use this time to actually share the information and also experiences that I had for my past 19 years, and also some successful SEM-EDU application case. So everybody can have some understanding, and hopefully we can clear some anxieties and worries and the thoughts. Okay. All right. So let's start it. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is June, and I'm the founder of 7EDU. And actually, I realized that I'm the only founder here today. Okay. All right. So I take this opportunity seriously, and I think it's really important for me to deliver our philosophy and successful stories. All right. So the first question I want to share is the high GPA, and actually it's getting higher and higher. Should you care? Because there are so many questions asked me. They say, hey, I got a 1B. Does that matter? I got a 2Bs. Does that matter? Some people, they ask me, hey, my GPA is very high, but the course that I chose is not really, hard or challenging. I don't have so many APs. And some people, they also ask me, say, hey, what about the AP Chinese? Should I take it? Should I not take it? Does it matter? So if you seriously look at the number of the GPAs, and we can tell right now, everything is high, especially in this Bay Area. So if you find any students and you look at their transcript, you will be amazed by how high their GPA is. And besides that, if you look at their SAT and ACT, and you will see like, wow, the score is kind of like, it's got a grade inflation, I believe. If you look at the right now's inflation, you will see the grade actually is having an inflation as well. So it has been a phenomenon in the recent years, and the different areas of application, they have been the same issue. It's become a contest. And I also want to share a little bit more for 7EDU's stats before we start it. So they are the stats that we have. And my co-founder is actually the data scientist. So she's in charge of tracking all the students' numbers and increase their progress. And I want to share this. And before I move forward with all this, the stories I'm going to share with you, it's very important, and you will get all the information that you want. So they are the things that 7EDU can support and provide. So I listened to the previous 2 speakers. They mentioned about a different project, and here we go. So 7EDU offer the one-stop solutions for the entire college planning and application. So actually the youngest student that we have, I'm not trying to make feel like stressful, but it's kindergarten students. is actually the whole entire planning is a journey. And I know like maybe many of the audience or kids are not like as young as, the kindergarten, but it is a long journey because you don't want them to overload it and you want them to prepare as early as they want and have their right pace. That's what we believe in. And I want to talk about the 2022 college admission result and what we can learn from it. So hopefully this year you can get some, inspiration. So if you're going to apply colleges this year, so there are 3 things you need to remember. First, you don't want to separate the application into 2 journeys. The first half journey starting from right now until December 30. And then it sounds like you are going to get an offer from every school because you're so frustrated. You don't know which one to choose. You want this one, you want that, and you want to consider location, you want to consider major, everything. And the other journey will starting from January 1st until the May. And it's like any school who give me offer, I'm going to, go there. I'm going to take it. So you want to be really realistic when you try to choose a college. But why I have to share all these great colleges named there? Because those are colleges students are not kind of like trying to shooting for Harvard, Stanford, and then eventually they got there because they know they fit in what type of school. They know based on their profile, what type of school they can apply. So they can put all their effort and time into those schools, okay? The second one you don't want to do. You don't want to apply more than 20 colleges or even more and try to just increase the chances. Well, when you get more numbers of schools, actually the amount of time and effort that you can put on every single school is getting less. Well, in that situation, you will see the essay quality drop significantly based on our experience. So you want to hold in with maybe like 10 to 15. That's no more than that. Number 3, there are not only CS major, Math EE or ME, there are more majors, okay? So you really want to explore some maybe cross major or some like major that maybe you never thought about it. You want to look carefully into that category, different department, the CS major under different department. Have you heard about a CS major under the music department, for example, the music technology major? So you want to be open. You don't want to just only squeeze into the CS major or EE major or math major that you want to transfer into CS, because the world is bigger other than CS or EE. I know that most of the engineers and parents, but, just to give more opportunity, give a second thought. So they are the 3 things that I suggested this year's application that you want to think about it. And I want to talk 3 different cases. And I want you to understand that sometimes when you apply colleges, you have 90% is about your effort, you still have a 10% of luck. So case number 1, SAT 1,450. There are B's in their GPA from not well-known high school. What will be the result? Choice A, Brown University. Choice B, USC. Choice C, Johns Hopkins. Choice D, UC Berkeley. Yeah, can you choose it? You can type your answer in the chat box. Let me repeat it. SAT, 1,450. GPA has many B's. Not many, like 4 B's. Okay, so based on that profile, I gave you Brown, Johns Hopkins, USC, and the UC Berkeley. Which one you think this girl is a girl can get in? I got a B in the chat box. Well, actually, the right answer is A, B, C, D. There is a very important thing, it's about a storytelling. And actually, for the entire application, it's all about a storytelling. And many of the parents really want us to compare like apple to apple, like putting 2 students together and to see which one can stand out more, which one had a better chance, And I just did one with the students in my office. So I want to give this example about this girl who got into all the 4 different schools. So the story for that girl is very unique because of the passion. So she has a very outstanding features in her entire profile that can help her to stand out. There is another student, full GPA, like almost a full GPA, and a full score in SAT, club leader, club president, did a lot of stuff. So end up like UCLA, UC Berkeley, which I think is a great result as well, but the parents expect higher, maybe Harvard, Stanford, and they were wondering why they cannot get in. But if you look at the life story, if you look at the storytelling, the second one is way worse than the first one because the storytelling. The first one, they used an audition to tell the story. Because of time, I can't really share this with you, but it's a story in the video. They use the video to tell the entire story about their reason, their why, and their philosophy, where they're going to go. So basically, after you watch that 2 minutes video, you know exactly what kind of person the girl is. And the second boy, they write down a lot of things about how much they helped in their club, how much they contribute to community services. But, well, again, because a lot of time, the paper and also the essay is not really, 3D enough for people to understand your personality, and end up the second one become an ordinary application and the first one become the unique one and stand out. So there is another 3 cases that I want to share this year. One is the Harvard case, one is Stanford case, one is MIT case. But this year, I feel like probably will blow your mind because it's not really typical example that you thought it could be. For example, the first one. The first case I want to share. This students does not have AMC, Amy, okay? Never tried. It is math is very strong, but they don't have any AMC. And the first student, they don't have national award, okay? They don't have national award. Why I have to say so? Because everybody believe if you want to get in Harvard, you need to have a national award, you need to have AMC qualify, Amy, you need to have this and that. They don't have it, okay? The second students in Stanford, they don't have AMC either. It's a math major, okay? So these 2 are like math major. So they don't have AMC. They never got qualify any like Olympic competition. So you must have wondered what they do, right? What they did. Well, it's a lot of like details that I can share later. If you are interested, you can contact me. We can share the details. But for here, I want to clear some thought. Success application is not a success collection. The college are not looking for the students like competition collectors, or they are, Olympic collectors. It's just kind of like you spend a lot of time on those competitions and you train, and you thought you'd get there, you would get in, but it's not the case. So most of the parents and most of the people, when they think about the college planning, they would think about what they should do. And they forgot one important thing is like why they want to do it. For example, I was working with one of the students, and the students have a lot of accomplishment. However, if you ask them like why you did this, why you found your nonprofit, why you joined this research, why you did this volunteer, they say, well, for the sake of application. Well, if that's the case, the whole entire storytelling basically is a broken one. You can't really make it anywhere. By using the 3 examples, I want to clear some thought. Do not stress out. Do not overwhelm your kids by joining all the competitions. Some of them, they should not join competition because of personality. They would feel like overwhelmed. They feel like unconfident if you put them into the competition, okay? So it's not like everybody fit into research. Some of them, if you let them alone, they just cannot focus, right? They can't really do anything. They need you to monitor them. For example, they're going to spend a lot of time on the video games. It's not everybody has to do tons of volunteers unless they have a big heart they would like to help. So if you try to please the college and admin, and you try to figure out what kind of image they want, so you try to match your kids to that image, that entire process will be very struggle, and you will feel like so stressful, and I don't think the result gonna meet your expectation. So what kind of things that we need to do? So I want to use our counseling program, for example. So we have a very different program that we work on a lot on each individual specialized, personalized plan, because every single students are way different. And we try not to let students get into like what everybody try to squeeze in. For example, AMC, for example, Olympic competition, for example, some activities. So we try to make sure the student's personality match their profile. Eventually, when you present yourself, the whole entire story makes sense, right? For example, if you look at the student profile, like super active, but when you talk to the students and actually is a very shy, very like not like be able to even present themselves, not even be able to talk, right? You can't really match them. So a lot of things that you feel like you can make up, but you can't, because you know the interview, the essay, the recommendation letter, everything together has to make sense, right? Any kind of like effort you spend, it make not sense anymore. The whole entire effort is the wrong direction. You should not put any effort there. That makes sense? I want to take this, for example, like independent research program. Okay, so everybody know, oh, we need to do research and we need to publish paper. But what kind of paper you need to publish? You think that the college admin going to spend time to read your paper? Some of the paper they couldn't even understand, right? So what is important? Like I agree with the previous speaker. They say it's not about big title, big name, right? So example, you are having research with a Harvard professor, but that Harvard professor literally can meet you only once a month. Or you're just working with one of the professor from, let's say, Santa Clara University, but that professor actually be able to coach you and then lead you step by step, and eventually you can accomplish something. And everybody knows about internship, about volunteer, but what you can get out of it, right? So a lot of time the parents say like, hey, I want to do A, but so many people want to do A. So A is not unique anymore, and I can't do it. Well, it's never about A is unique or not. It's about if you can get the unique point of view or perspective or accomplishment through the things that you do. And that's important. So Dr. Yin actually is working on the institute, the Independent Research Institute, and I can invite her to talk more about the data scientists, like how they work with the students. And some students, they just have a lot of progress without too much, motivation. They just like self-motivated students. So there's another thing here is like when the entire plan coming, and literally we can show you the map. But who can go to the next step that literally talk about mental health, talk about the vision, talk about, how they can manage their time, manage themselves. And they are the hardcore, and they are the important skills that they should have before they start everything. Yeah. So the other thing that I want to share with you is about the program, like some of the highlight, and I want to talk a little bit more about entrepreneur and about the industry insight and the lifestyle. So so nowadays we have like I think.
Sorry, we have 1 or 2 minutes later left. Okay.
Okay, sure. 2 minutes. Okay, so then maybe you can use the 2 minutes for the Q&A if you want. You can type your question there. But I would say like the entrepreneurship become like more important than anything else. For example, many students say like, hey, I want to learn business. So the first option is like business courses. The second option is like business summer camp for the pre-college programs, right? There's like more high-level programs, like high-level project that can show your ability, your capacity, and entrepreneur is one of them. Right? Think about one student joined a summer program in the college and the other one actually start a business and actually really run a project. So which one can stand out more, right? You can just weight it. So entrepreneur skills, we believe is like becoming more and more important. And also the industry insight become more important because the hands-on experience can really show a difference. Because many of the companies, I believe they don't want to hire any high schoolers because the commitment, the age, and too much work. So as long as you can have it, but of course, it's not like you pay for it. It's like you get in there, right? You pass the interview, you can hands on something. That skill set will be definitely different than other students, because I'm taking care of 2 students for the Industry Insight internship program, and the students who work with me for the summer. And we realize that students like way different than the students who just joined some summer program. Okay, so overall, when we do the application, do the planning, so besides we disagree with a lot of policies, a lot of like, those college, how they try to give the offer, and we're complaining about it's not equal, we complain it's not fair. We need to think about it from different angle. We need to think about what kind of people they want, because college are business as well, right? So how college going to benefit? Because college, they cannot make money based on the tuition. So they're looking for the future who can become successful, donate more money to the college, right? Let's just put it in this way. So what kind of students they're looking for? They're looking for students who will be successful no matter they get in their college or not. And they want those people and then become part of their alumni. Yeah, that's the core. If you think from that perspective, you will understand the whole entire process, and you will see a lot of situation, a lot of problems, a lot of solutions make more sense. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, June. Thanks for your sharing.